Hello YouTube. I know this video that I'm going to be making is way long overdue. And this is thought I might explain something about a video that I made. Like this was right after this is addressing my Alexa Bliss video, the why I hate Alexa Bliss that got so much hate on it, like so many fucking dislikes, and rightfully so. I had some horrible fucking takes in that video, and like I pretty much a reactionary to a heel beating one of my one of the women's wrestlers I like. Yeah, not ashamed to say, yeah, I like Becky Lynch. And since that video, I become a became a fan of Alexa Bliss, and I think she's a great character, and the whole stuff that she's done since she paired with Bray Wyatt a couple years ago. Actually, last year she paired with Bray Wyatt. Like, she's been phenomenal in that role, and I feel like she was phenomenal carrying the storyline with Randy Orton while Bray Wyatt was out at the beginning of the year. And I just think like she's hell of an athletic woman. She's drop dead gorgeous. Sorry if I commenting on a beautiful girl's looks is misogynist, but hey, call it like I see it. I think she's very attractive, and yes, she is a nice person in real life. And yeah, I got carried away over her bad girl, her mean girl persona, and yeah, like I just like my reaction was like I should have taken that. I should have just made that video a little more respectful, and yeah, I don't really. And at this point, you'd think I'm like upset over the dislikes. I'm not. I've been on YouTube for a long time. I'm not afraid of mass dislikes, and I don't really care. But and the whole thing, and this ties in the whole thing of YouTube removing the public dislike count. If you can't handle a few dislike bombs, you don't belong on this fucking website. That's my 2 cents. YouTube, bring back the public dislike count. And onto this, like, how I would have done it, like, my thoughts going into that, like, I should have gave my thoughts. And this was my thought at the time, like, knowing this from the Divas era that came before the whole women's revolution. Is like we know that Vince McMahon has his certain type of women's superstars that he likes, like blonde, pretty, big boobs, and he takes a woman like that, straps the rocket to her, puts the title on her, and shoots her to the moon, devoid of talent. That's how Vince McMahon books people. We all know this. Like, yeah, like, I was upset about that because yeah, he books, like, Vince McMahon books women off of looks and not talent, and I should explain that. And also, my other feeling about this, I thought Alexa Bliss at the time was just called up to SmackDown from NXT, and she beat a woman, beat Becky Lynch, and I felt like she was being pushed too much too soon. I felt like her winning the SmackDown Women's Championship was too much too soon at the time. And I felt she could have been built up a little more over the next couple of months and then win the SmackDown Women's Championship. I pretty much come from a time where, like, certain superstars were built up for a significant amount of time before they won championships, and it's kind of a shock to the system when somebody who just got called up wins the championship not short after they've been called up, or in Jinder Mahal's case, going on a massive losing streak, gets drafted to the next show, wins a few matches, and then becomes WWE champion. I'm old school like that. I have a problem with just giving somebody a championship without building them up for it. And yeah, I could have explained all of this in that video, but hey, I made a fucking ass of myself, spewing off some shit takes, calling her a slut, calling her a whore, saying she's only champion because she sucked Vince's dick, calling her a cunt, every fucking name under the book. Like, yeah, like I'm the fucking asshole for making that video, and yeah, like, here's the thing, like, I sat down, paid attention to some of her matches after that video, and said, like, hey, like, she's a pretty good competitor. She's very athletic. She's got a very good character. She knows how to deliver promos. She knows how to play that bad girl very well. And also, when she was teamed with Nikki Cross during her run with the Women's Tag Team Championship, she can play a good girl. She can play like a good baby face and heel very well. Like, her run with Nikki Cross, like, it was basically just two best friends. And it's more or less like she kind of seen her teaming with Nikki Cross kind of like felt like a whole revelation to Alexa. It's kind of felt like she was appealing to be a popular girl, and she never really had a true friend, and the friends she had were only with her because she was a pretty girl and a popular girl, like, and the whole thing that worked is it basically was like a true friendship for Alexa Bliss, and she kind of figured out that she needed that as a good character development. Like, yeah, I kind of saw that as a pretty decent character development for Alexa Bliss. The whole thing where she teamed up with Bray Wyatt, like Braun Strowman, pretty much, like the whole Braun Strowman thing where he said he didn't care about her and said she only used him for popularity. He left her, and also military press slammed her in the ring. And it cut, like, after, that was a week after she got attacked by the Fiend. And that whole thing pretty much left Alexa Bliss abandoned. And it drove her to align with Bray Wyatt / the Fiend. And it brought out this whole evil side of her, where she pretended to be this evil, twisted, like she was evil and twisted, and then got to a point where she turned on the Fiend, and it brought out the whole Lily stuff. I'm just saying, like, yeah, I now am a Alexa Bliss fan, and, like, yeah, I shouldn't have made that video that basically made me look like a fucking misogynistic pig and an asshole in this fucking community. So, hey, these are just my thoughts on that initial video. Yes, I fucking hate that video now, and probably wish I would have handled it way better than I initially did. So, till next time, peace the fuck out.